Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So we are going to resume Oracle Fusion Financials. Okay, so there is a thing I have to discuss, that there will be changes in the instances. So whatever we have just configured is just wrapped up. So I've created a new thing through the multi-rapid implementation, and there is one error is coming, that is a supplier. Okay, that is the suppliers. When we are going to create a supplier, so here we are going to create a supplier site. Okay, so without a supplier site we won't be able to do this. Okay, if we go and edit the supplier, so as you can see, the supplier side is not available. It is because the privileges of this happens. Okay, we just cancel it and we can click on done and we add a new. Okay, it is also this, and this happens as well. Okay, so 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 we will just go and check the privileges to this here. So from here, from the tool menu, we will go to the security console and we check the privileges. Okay, roles and privileges. Here we will type the supplier manager. Okay, the supplier manager we have already. Okay, supplier manager. Okay, we have to see the privileges and the role. Okay, so we have to see this, whether it we can search it the role by the site. So there is no. So first we see the, sorry, we have created the one is supplier manager. Okay, the supplier manager, all the privileges, rules and permissions and groups we will see here. Okay, all the privileges we will see here. Okay, we select this, delete and search. Okay, here is, you can see all the privileges has been provided to this supplier. Okay, so when we create the supplier, okay, we were not able to do, we will not be able to perform the task, that is creating the site. Okay, here we create the supplier. Okay, so it is given, there this allows creation of suppliers. It is given all this privileges and roles is provided to him. Okay, now to the user, we will see, we will go and see. Okay, the account. Okay, username. Okay, what are the privileges we have been provided? We have given the supplier manager role to this person. Okay, so because of some error showing to this, we will not be able to add the procurement. Okay, to the supplier. Here we again, I am going to show you. So this is the error happens when we perform certain task. So how to counter this error, we will just going to do we will just going to search it later. Okay, okay, as you can see, the site is not available. We have to create the address. It is again asking, suppose we add the site address to this uh, supplier. Okay, it happens because it will take a day. Okay, it will take a day to resume this. Okay, okay, it will take a day to perform this. Okay, we just create, save and close, and now what happens, again it will not issue the site. Okay, so it is not giving the site because it is not because we haven't got it the options to, we will just submit it. Okay, it contains changes that required approval. Okay, it require approval. If you go and edit again, it will not give you the changes again. Okay, it will not give you this. Okay, it will not give you the site. Okay. Okay, we will just click it, continue. Okay, and we click on done. Okay, so this happens here. Okay, so we are not going to waste our time, and so we will do certain task. Okay, after giving up the task we have given to this yesterday, we provided this. Okay, we ended up here. Okay, so let's go and discuss about the open AP periods. So from the open AP periods we will go to the navigation, and from this navigation we will click on payables and this pay invoice options. So what does this mean? Okay, what does this means to open the open period? As you already have seen in the previous session, when we were entering the in the general journal entry, it shows you to open the period. Okay, without opening the period we will not be able to record any site. Okay, any entry. So we have to open that certain period to record the entry to that period. Okay, so if so this is the very important for the period to open up. Okay, so here you can see this invoice is okay. we were going to we are going to manage the accounting periods. Okay, accounting period, here from the task list we were going to add. Here you can see the create invoice that we are going to see. Okay, so we will just going to click on the manage accounting periods. Okay, you can see the accounting period. Okay, so we have already have this. Okay, so if you see this, if you just see this. Okay, you will be able to see this, that this is a ledger, this is a primary ledger. So from here we have to open up the period. So the PRA USA is showing to you this, that we have a current period is August, that is the today's month, and the previous prior month is the July, and the next month will be coming up September. So we have to open this period. Without opening this period we will not be able to open up. Okay, so it will ask you open your first period. So we can open up this period. We click on OK, and it asks the selected period gen will be set as the initial period for this subledger. You won't be able to open any period that precedes this. Okay, so if you want to continue this, we click on yes. Okay, and we refresh it. This is the same task as we have done while creating the GL. Okay, so it means again it is the open period. The next one is the future interval. So if we want to add open the target period, the target period is of this current month. Okay, we click on open and just click on yes, and you will be able to see this. Okay, so after refreshing it, okay, after refreshing it twice or thrice times, we will see. Okay, here you can see. So it always open up with the next period, and it always open up to this period. So all these period is open. So whenever we are going to record any payment method or any invoice for this certain periods, it can be posted, it can be recorded, it can be posted to the GL. Remember, without opening up a certain period we will not be able to add or record the journal entry for that period. Okay, so this option is very important for the periods. Okay, so this is how it will be open up. Okay, so we click on done, and again we are going to check the procurement supplier if the address has been come or not. No, we click on done. Okay, let's see it is open up or not. Yeah, it's open. We click on done and done here. Okay, so click yes and okay. So now we are going to see again the procurement supplier if it has been corrected or not. Otherwise we won't be able to make the, we will not be able to make the, so the site is still is pending. Okay, so we were going to see letter. Okay, so we click cancel, yes, and we click on done and we move forward. Okay, so now why we are not going to create this, so let's discuss about the invoices. Okay. Okay, so when we see this, we will just go from the task list, we create an invoice. Okay, so here when we create any invoice, so we are going to create an invoice here. Okay, so let's see here. So you can see this the supplier side is very important to create it. Okay, so we have to create a supplier. Let's discuss this, what is happening. Okay, so the business unit is this, we have to create a business unit. So without creating a we have to provide the business unit here, as we know a business unit. Let's cancel it once. Let's see the supplier thing again, so we won't be able to discuss. Let's take a 5 minute look. Okay, Okay, let's leave it. Let's go and search for the invoices. Okay, from here invoices we are going to create an invoice. So after creating the invoice we can see here. Okay, so here we can see the business unit. We have to provide the business unit that we have created, so we can make the business unit defaulted. Okay, we can add this business unit defaulted here. Okay, so the next thing is the supplier. So whatever the supplier we have created, we just record this supplier from here and it will be added. And again from the supplier side we have to add the supplier. Okay, okay, we have to edit the supplier, and from the supplier side we have to create the supplier, and this comes up. And the lines will come up here like the distribution lines. Okay, the distribution lines have comes up here. Okay, so the line will be come up here. Okay, we provide this supplier here. Suppose we are the supplier. This is done by this is done by the by the payable manager. Suppose if we give access to the payables manager, it will be access to only to that business unit. Okay, so suppose we will go and create a sub manage user one. We create a manage user. We go and click manage user. From the manage implementation projects, overview, manage user. Okay, suppose manage users. Okay, so first we add one manage user. Okay, we add one manage user to give only the accounts payable section. We can give the name him test 25. Okay, what is the email? We provide 32@gmail.com. Okay, username again we provide him the test 25. Okay, what is the personal type? He is the employer. Okay, okay, we have to provide give him a business unit. Okay, here again business unit. Okay, so now we will click save and close, and we will going to log in with him with this supplier, with this user, that is the test 25 for showing. Okay, as I already told you, when we give the rules, certain rules to that employee, he will be able to access only to those roles. It will not be access to any other roles. Okay, suppose we just created this user, we only employee, so we will provide him only the accounts payable role. So let's see what he will be able to do that. Okay, click done, and we go to the IIT security console. Okay, we give him the what sorry we give him the roles up. We will give assign him role. We will assign him a role, that is accounts payable role. Accounts payable supervisor role. Okay, we will provide him only the accounts payable supervisor role. We add this. Okay, and we save and close. So we will give him the password as well. Okay, we give him password as well. We provide him password as well. Let's give a password. Okay, we reset this password, add it, and done. Okay, we'll come back to this user. Okay, so now we give him the data access user as we have already known. Okay, We go to the manage implementation program again. Okay, we add him, we give him the users, so that is the name is test 25. We give him the roles. You can see this only the single role he is getting. Okay, so we click save and close and click done, and we do the LDAP, so the last step, as we all know. Okay, so here, sorry, so here a scheduled process are going to schedule new process, that is the LDAP, and we click OK and we click submit. Okay, so we'll log in with that supplier. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have logged in this from this test 5 never, and you can see only the payables is given to him. Okay, the supplier you cannot be able to click it. Okay, okay, you can just go and but you can't edit this. Okay, the procurement you can go, but you won't be able to, you won't be able to edit it. Okay, you can see, but you won't be able to see. Only the thing you will be able to give the invoice and record the payments. Okay, here you can see you only make the invoices only. So if to this user also we can assign more specific, more specify, more editable option roles to this user. Okay, we back to this. So it so showing to you, this means that the only the supplier is getting this. If we will assign any role to other user only for the payments and the invoice or payments, so he will be access only this payment. So this is basically the important for this user. Okay, now we will see the supplier again. If we able to, so now let's go and see whether it will be come up or not. Okay, so in the procurement supplier, yeah, here again we'll go to the manage supplier and we just give the test, and we will go and edit this option whether it has been approved or not. So you can see the set is also not able to come up here. Okay, cancel it now. So we'll go directly through the invoice and let's discuss that thing. Okay, from the invoice we will go here. Okay, create the invoice. Okay, now suppose I just add the business unit is PRA. Okay, after adding the PRA, okay, and we give the supplier has not been has come. Okay, that's why it will not be shown up here. Okay, let's discuss the other. Here you can see the supplier. When we add the supplier side, we will be able to see the line distribution, and here you can see the number is the, it means the invoice number in which we are going to issue the supplier or we are going to record the invoices. Okay, so basically it is the invoice number here. So the amount we are dealing in with which currency, you can choose it. Then the standard type, we will see this, but we have to choose the standard. And the description, that the narration we can give him, or any etc. So the date, this date is the means the creation of invoice date, and this date is means the terms date. We can change these dates according to a requirement. Okay, but if you want remain the same date, we can choose it, the date will be same. And here's the payment terms we have created. If you can see the immediate, PR immediate, PRA net 45. So from this we can adjust a net. Okay, and when we create the distribution line, it will allow us to distribute the particular, suppose we are doing the skeleton distribution set. So we have to assign the manually, if we didn't give him the distribution percentage. So to the we have to assign manually the distribution of the particular invoice. Okay, so this is how it can be done. After recording that invoice, we have to validate it. So validation is important to see any errors or come or not. After validating, if you want to post to ledger, you can post to ledger. If you want to pay this in full, you can you can pay in full. If you want to manage the installments, we can manage that installment as well. Okay, so this is how we will do like this. Okay, if you want to create the debit invoice, credit invoice, prepayment invoice, we can do this. Okay, now after creating this invoice, we have to pay the invoice. Okay, so from here, again from the payables to the payments, we will go and pay to the required invoice. Suppose if we are having any invoice remaining, we can just pay from here, or we can just go and select and create the create payments option. From the create payment option, we select the business unit, we select the supplier party, we can select the supplier site as well. Okay, so from there we can add this. Okay, the payment date, all the things we will able to do this. Okay, so we can pay the invoice, one invoice, or we can pay multiple invoice to from one payment option. Okay, so this is how the payment options will be done from this here. Okay, so for the today's session we can't do more, because we can't create the invoice. So in the next session we will going to create the invoice and do this topic as well. So there is another option here that we will see, creating the invoice through spreadsheets. Okay, as you can see, through its spreadsheets, we create the invoices from spreadsheets by FBDI rules. Okay, we have to just like we have done the rapid implementation, we can do this spread. We just, so suppose a client is coming to from any other ERP to this ERP, it will come up with a bulk. So we can just copy paste it from to spreadsheets, and we can upload it through this. Remember, this is always done the spreadsheets when we are just recording the bulk information, bulk data at one go. Okay, or otherwise we can go and just upload through single invoices. Okay, okay, so this is how it will done. So the next topic will be like debit memo and the credit memo. Okay, as we all know, as debit memo and credit memo is used by that thing. Okay, the credit memo, okay, credit memo is used when we reduce the amount issued by the customer, and if we reduce from purchase return, it will be a debit memo. Other reason we will do okay, always remember the debit memo is always raised by the customer. Okay, suppose we are a customer to a supplier, so we issue the debit note. Suppose if a customer is issued some note, it will be called a debit memo. So for the today's sessions, we are just ending up here, and we will going to see the supply, and we create the invoice in the next session. So thank you for joining this session, and see you in the next session. So thank you.